kilometres per hour, and obviously we've still got more than 90% of the state that's in drought, so we are quite...
In southern New South Wales today, later on this afternoon, we could see wind gusts in excess of 90 kilometres an hour, so that is really going to whip up that fire danger.
Wait. What? Good morning everyone. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Neeny and this is A Really Good Life. Today it's the 2nd of November. It's a Friday and I'm dressed, showered and ready to go to work. As you can see, outfit of the day, I'm just wearing a red shift dress with little detailing up here. And a gold little necklace thing. Pearls. 5 shades of fabulous already. I've just rung Mum. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. No, correct me if I'm wrong. It's 7:25. I've just rung Mum to check in on her and make sure she's okay. Heading off to work. It's just one of them days. Nothing exciting to report. Tomorrow is film school day. But I'm actually, and call me, you know, very bad names, bad Neeny. I'm actually thinking of jigging film school tomorrow, bus stop film school. I shouldn't even think that. I shouldn't even consider that. I really shouldn't. But there's a parkour and free running event on in the northern suburbs of Wollongong tomorrow. And I'm really tempted to go because there would be some extremely fit hot boys there bouncing around like nobody's business. So I feel like I should go, but then my conscience says, no, go to film school, Neeny. You got to go to film school. You got to dress like a superstar and go to film school. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do in the morning. Can't be in 2 places at once. Oh, a little bit of salt. I'm just making myself a little boiled egg sandwich on toast. Got to get my protein in to start the day. Oh, that is good. Now, many of you would know that I have primary progressive multiple sclerosis. And I obviously have a National Disability Insurance Scheme package to help to support me to live a life where I thrive and not just survive. I think that's really important to keep that in mind. It's about thriving on an equal platform with anyone else in the community and not just surviving on the bare. So many of you would have seen some of my support workers and many of them I don't put on camera for different various reasons, but last night I went on to Hireup. So Hireup is an online platform where you can put like a job ad and support workers who are interested in the job can indicate their interest and then you negotiate between you how it's done. So it kind of cuts out the middleman. It's like it's digital disruption, I would call it. It's like Uber to the taxi industry. It's where you don't need a provider, like a big provider. You just deal directly with the support person. So I put up an ad last night. I needed a driver to take me for a work conference at the end of this month in Sydney. So I put an ad up and within about 30 minutes I had 4 responses. So I went, I had not met this person before, I haven't interviewed them, I can read their bio. I just went, click, boom, you've got the job. Because there's something about, I don't want to do an interview where you're going to tell me what I want to know and what you think I want to know and all that. I just like to go, yep, let's go. See if we click, see if a working relationship can develop from that. So, done. Boom. All right, I'm going to show you guys now something in my freezer. This is my freezer. I just wanted to show you all these meals I have prepped here. Now, let's just have a look. I've got shepherd's pie, creamed corn quiche. Oh my lordy. I've got, that's lasagna. And there's more down here. We've got braised steak and mash, deviled snags and mash. So because Mum is quite unwell at the moment, as many of you would know who watch me regularly, and I am the only family member that she has providing any sort of support, I can't do everything at once. I can't be all things to all people. So I decided to put an ad up on Hireup, and I wanted someone to do some meal prep. So shop for the food, prepare a menu. I don't want to even think about that. I'm very easy. I'm not fussy. And shop for it, cook, clean, box, and fridge it up. For, you know, like in these Chinese containers. So I got 19 responses. I put the ad up at 4 p.m. and by, you know, sometime the next morning, I had 19 responses, and there were some really awesome people. So there was one lady who actually even runs a catering company in the local area who wanted to work for me. But my regular support worker, Lisa, whom you see in my vlogs, she said, hey, Nina, I can do it. And I always try to give the work to the team members that you've already got, just because, you know, they work hard for you and they deserve to earn that extra shift money before I put anyone else on. Really, that's the way I look at it. So she went ahead and she cooked, like, it took all day. So she did 6 different meals, and was it 6 or was it 8? I think it was 8. I'll show you the list in a minute, but she cooked that up and she delivered that, and it was just such a weight off my shoulders. So now I can come home from work. You know, I've worked all day. I've done my exercise routine. I've, you know, done any caring that I have to do for Mum after work, all that kind of stuff. I could just come home and there's a meal already done. Now, when you're living with primary progressive MS and you've got that kind of neurolassitude fatigue, something as simple as that is absolutely priceless. So I'll show you the list of meals that she made. Now this is the menu here. We've got lasagna, shepherd's pie, butter chicken, chicken stroganoff, corn spinach quiche, deviled sausages and braised steak. And then she's put the numbers over here, and then I can just cross them off, and when I'm getting low, I can always just ring her and get her to repeat the same thing again. So I didn't choose that menu. She gave me a list of things that she'd, you know, be okay to cook, and I went tick, 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 yep, done, easy as pie. I'm in the van now, Rob's driving. Morning, Rob, how are you?
Really good, ready for this scorching hot day.
Yes, it is going to be 35 or 37 degrees here in Wollongong today. Got my Permobil F5 in the back, drinking a Yakult. My God, I'm healthy today. And obviously I'm off to work. So Rob, you know what comes next, don't you? Oh. Sugar. Drop my phone. It's word of the day. We've got to do word of the day.
It's time to get embarrassed, everybody. Are you ready for this?
No, it's not. It is time to get educated and to expand your vocabulary. So, word of the day. Frivolity.
You couldn't even say it.
Frivolity. Okay, so Frivolity. Lack of seriousness, lightheartedness. Now, Rob, can you put that in a sentence?
Every single day that I help you, I'm faced with a day of absolute frivolity with her nature.
That's actually not bad. I will award you 1.5 points for that.
Thanks. Thanks, detective.
No, actually tomorrow I am going to be Detective Neeny.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm dressing up to film school tomorrow.
Tell me more.
Dressing up as film school tomorrow as a policewoman. I've got my hat, my truncheon, and my handcuffs. You guys will have to wait and see for that one. Now, oh hang on, I've got to put frivolity into a sentence. Okay, Neeny's innate nature is one of frivolity and gayness. And I dropped my phone again! Now, you guys out there, who had the best sentence? Let me know in the comments box below. No, I did. And you've got to try and use that word throughout the day. So when you're you know, at your next job, you've got to think how to use the word frivolity.
As an Uber driver, I'm going to be full of frivolity and happiness today.
Yes, and that will ensure you get a 5-star rating. All right, can we turn this music up? It's a few hours later now, and I'm out on my lunch break. It is so hot out here. It's like a furnace. It would have reached 37 degrees. Breathing the air in. I won't be out here long. With MS, when you live with MS, it comes with heat intolerance, so I definitely won't be staying out here long, but I just wanted to have a quick chat about the Hotel Illawarra. So I heard, well, I read recently that the hotel is going to be redeveloped, and it's going to be turned into some sort of like upmarket cocktail bar or some such thing. So when I was about probably about 15 years old, no, 16, around there, my situation at home just became intolerable, and I chose to move out, and I moved into the Hotel Illawarra. So this down here, this used to be a nightclub area. There's the bar area, there's a kitchen at the back, and those whole top 2 floors were rooms. So I can remember the day that I walked into there, and I said to the manager, Paul, I said I wanted to rent a room, and he looked at me, and I knew he knew that I was underage, but he said he okayed it, and I got a job, I got a local job, and I ended up finishing my schooling. But for about a year or so, I lived right there in that room, just there. What I was saying was, I lived in that hotel. There were sex workers there, there were addicts, there were street kids. It was also used as temporary accommodation for Housing New South Wales. What I'm trying to say is I kept my nose clean. In my room there was a sink, a bed, a wardrobe, and what else was there? Downstairs, if you come down the middle flight of stairs, there's a desk. I used to sit there and study. It had beautiful light coming in, and I saved money, and I kept my head down. I kept clean. I kept away from all the, you know, social issues, shall we say. But it taught me, that place taught me absolutely how to be resilient at age 16. I mean, I don't know these days if many 16-year-olds would be living in a pub. 16-year-olds I see are still getting ferried around by their mummy and daddy, and you know, worrying about their thigh gaps on Instagram. And at 16, I was living there. I'm home now, guys. It's about 7 o'clock at night, and I've got home from work. I've had a shower. I've put my wheelchair on charge. It is so hot today. It is insanely hot. I've just got my little summer PJs on, and I've even put this wicking sort of sports bra. It's supposed to wick the sweat away. Like, that's really appealing, isn't it? After work, I've seen Mum, like, briefly, and I've talked to some of the care teams surrounding her cancer care team. And I was just going to say something to you, and I don't think I've mentioned this before in any vlog. So a couple of weeks ago, I'm a little bit sketchy on the dates because, you know, holes in my head. I'm just making a tetli, so that's just boiled. But anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to the hospital when they were looking at the possibility of discharging Mum. And we were going through all the risk factors and what supports needed to be put in place. And she was saying, like, is your father in the picture? And I'm like, no. And she goes, do you have any siblings? And I'm like, no. And I said, it's just me. And like, I literally did say, when they tried to push they tried to put a lot of work on me. And I said, look at me. I'm sitting there in a wheelchair. I've got primary progressive MS, and you're pushing all this on me. Open your eyes up and actually see me. I mean, that's the whole reason why I wear the t-shirt, can you see me? But anyway, another story. So I finished up talking to this person, and I've rolled out of the hospital ward, and I've pushed for the lift, and then I'm like, oh my God. I actually literally had that moment like, oh my God, I actually forgot that I have a half brother. So I've got a half brother, and I don't know, I really literally don't know much about him. I don't know where he lives, don't know if he's married, don't know if he's got kids, don't know if he's gay, straight, don't know what he does for work, literally don't know. Haven't seen him in probably 15 years, give or take. And so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like, we have the same mother but different fathers, and there's probably a 12 to 15 year age gap. I'm not even sure what date he's born on, so I don't even know that. So that's the picture, and I roll back in. I said to this nurse manager, and I said, look, oh my God, I forgot, I have a half brother. And you see the kind of the light goes off in her eyes, and it's like, is she cuckoo? And I'm like, no, this is such, like, seriously, I don't even know this person. They exist, but I don't really, have any hope or, any thoughts whatsoever that they're going to provide any sort of physical support. So there's not much point in even going down that route. Anyway, so the last time I remember my half-brother being in my life, I don't even remember what the circumstance was when I last saw him. So I remember something about driving down a dirt track, and there was like cow fields everywhere, and I think he was driving, and then I was at like a bush retreat. I think I was working there. I can't really remember. I mean, it's like 15 years ago, so when you can barely remember what you did yesterday, 15 years ago, well, that's just a long time. Now, hang on, let me just get my Tetleys. See Normie? He's lying on there, trying to keep cool. So I've got my Tetleys now, made it. I'm drinking Tetleys, and it's still like 30-something degrees outside. The wind is burning hot. They say a cool change won't come through until 2 a.m. Saturday. And here am I. I'm preparing for film school tomorrow, where I'm going to dress like Constable Neeny. So Constable Neeny will be out to arrest people for crimes against fashion. I know, the things I do for bus stop films class. Oh. But yeah, like I was saying, so I've got this half brother, and I thought, and I'm like, I've gone in like old photo boxes and things, and I'm like, I don't even have a photo of him. I can't even remember what he looks like. Like, if I saw him in the street, I wouldn't know him. And I thought, Christ, this sounds cuckoo. And I said to this nurse manager, I said, does that sound cuckoo? And she goes, no, it's actually more common than what you would think. So it's been 15 years since I last saw him. So I'm not angry anymore about him. I used to be. I'm sad for Mum, really. It's like a slap in the face when what am I trying to say? All right, let me start again. It's like a slap in the face when you are literally dying, and you have to, there's an assumption that there's family around, and that family, is not in the picture for whatever reason. It doesn't matter the reason. The reason is irrelevant. The fact is, she's dying and there just isn't the family support there. And I used to seize with anger over that, and then I just gave it up. One day I just let it go. And I think, like, I'm just doing one of these like confessions with Neeny type thing, but it just sort of pissed me off about why there is an assumption in this healthcare system that we've identified that there's a half brother, there's the fix, there's the cure, he's going to provide support, and that's actually not the case, you know. So the healthcare system makes me so angry when it comes to aged care. You know, I really don't want to say too much, but to release mum with such inadequate supports in place, knowing that there, you know, is not a lot of support around her, it's just, I can't even think of how to describe how it makes me feel. But, you know, give it up to God, as they say, give it up to God. Tomorrow, I'm going to go in the lounge now and watch Blue Bloods. Blue Bloods is one of my absolute all-time favourite shows. And tomorrow, hang on, let me sit my telly. Oh shit, that's hot. Tomorrow I'm going to Bus Stop Films class, and it's just going to be, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my one time of the week where I can just be free and I'm under no pressure. I just love it. So, yeah, I think I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. I'm getting a little bit tired, and yeah. Enjoy life. I think that's what, I think mum's illness has taught me even more, that life is so short and so precious, and we must enjoy it. We must live it fully despite our disabilities, despite any challenges, and just enjoy it to their best capabilities. I'm just going to dress like a superstar. Good night, guys. Good morning, guys. I'm on the way to film school and Lisa's here. Hello. Today you may be wondering why I am wearing a policewoman's uniform, and that is because Officer Neeny is on duty. Now you can see my little badge at the top and it says Special Police. That does mean that I am very special. How special am I, Lisa?
Oh, you're a superstar.
So this morning, I'm dressed like this because I'm heading down to Port Kembla. I'm heading down to Wentworth Street, Port Kembla, to do my shots. And I hope to
Never
God...
know what to expect when we're there.
I hope to God that none of the boys, the local boys in Port Kembla, want to be more than friends this morning. I hope they just smile and wave and keep on going. But yes, I've got my truncheon. I've also got my handcuffs. There we go. Look at that. Got my handcuffs ready, and I'm ready for a cracking good day. Do you know what we're actually doing today? I thought today was the Sydney day.
Do you know what? So did I. Only because I looked on my bookings and the booking was so long, and I went, oh my God, it's today. I've got to work after work. And then I realised, no, it's the meal prep thing. It's not today though, is it?
No, it's not. I hope it's not. Oh, God, wouldn't it be awful if we just turned up and it was not on? So, yeah, so today is just film school. That's where we're headed. I've hired another driver. I've got a work conference event on a Wednesday coming up, so I put an ad up on Hireup. Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
You got eyes everywhere, detective.
I was seriously thinking, do I?
No, but Wednesdays is your day off.
No, it's not.
Is
I
it?
work Wednesdays.
Oh, I thought it was your day off.
No.
I thought it was self-care day.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are self-care days.
Oh.
But Thursday's my hair day, so Tuesday's my day off.
Right, understood. Well, I got about 4 responses in an hour, and I just picked the first person. Young woman who is something about she's going to Peru in January, so this will be sort of like her last few months. And I went, yep, you're hired.
Awesome.
That's it. So off we go. Look at me, fucking fabulous.
On fire as usual.
On fire, yes. Look at my hat. God, look. Oh, I love it. I actually love it. I could wear this every day. Don't you think?
Oh, I want to see a photo of that.
All right, guys. Just have a good day wherever you are, and let me know what you think of my fabulousness. Officer Crumpton, crimes against. I will arrest you for crimes against fashion. Do you know that, Lisa?
Oh, I'll be your first victim then.
Because I have a passion for fashion. That's it. Hi, Edwina. Good morning. Officer Crumpet is on duty. My friend Edwina's just popped on. Oh, fuck me, she said. Oh. So, Edwina, I'm headed down to Wentworth Street, Port Kembla. I've got my handcuffs on and my truncheon. And I'm going to be doing a few fabulous shots. I hope to meet some new friends, make some new male friends in Port Kembla, as you do. Last time, even the Woolies delivery driver seemed to like me. What do you think about that? No, that was the guy that I waved. We're here at the Port Kembla Courthouse and Police Station, and thank God Lisa had the brilliant idea to actually do my shots here. I will actually go to the front of the police station.
You have to.
Because, yeah, well, what a perfect place for a policewoman. I've got to pop the girls out, so I'm trying already. Pop the girls, drop the hips.
You've got to get your...
Got to get my truncheon ready. God, I hope nobody sees me. Is this police station still used?
Yep.
Oh my God, help me. It's many hours later now and I'm at home. I want to apologise for not actually filming any of film school today. Anyway, after film school, I went to the chemist to get a few things for Mum, and then I went down to Mum's house just to check in and see how she was. And like, lo and behold, my brother was sitting on the veranda, and we pulled up in the van, and Lisa's like, she goes, "Is that him?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay." It was, anyway, so I went in, and it was kind of like a really surreal experience where it's like you're looking at a ghost. It's like you're looking at someone whom you might once have known. So much time has passed that, I don't know, it was just, I'm not really sure even the words to tell you. So we sat there with Mum on the deck in silence, really, for a while, and the sun, it was so hot, and the sun and the winds, just lovely breeze was just blowing through. And we ended up, like, my brother and I ended up having a bit of a chat, and I filled him in on what's going on, and all he's asked is to be kept in the loop about what's happening, and he'll try and visit as often as he can, until Mum's gone to the... Yeah, it was a really, really surreal day. It starts with me dressed as Officer Crumpet, and it ends with me seeing my brother, whom I haven't seen in, I think it's been 12 to 15 years. It was weird. It was just weird. Elisa's like, "Are you going to be okay?" And I'm like, yeah. I said, "I'm fine. I'm just heading on in like I normally do." So I just went through the gates, and yeah, I don't know what to even say. So it just made me think of how little time we all have, and how much time that's been wasted on you know, trivialities, and now Mum's reached the end of her life, and there is no more time. Time doesn't wait for anyone. So yeah, that was quite surreal. So I ended up leaving Mum's house at about 5 o'clock, I think. Just made sure she was okay, and did a few bits and bobs around the house, and then I pinged for a wheelchair taxi, and I got a brand new taxi. I'm like, this taxi was just sweet as. The radio was like crisp and so clean. I could smell the carpet. But I went home and literally by the time I'd got back, I was slurring and I just literally just went to bed. So I've only recently woken up. I had like a 3-hour nap. And I woke up and I thought, you know, it's so weird. It's just so weird to even see him. But I left and I was like, oh my God, that was a day. That was a day and a half. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry it was a little bit up and down. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. And I really do thank you for subscribing to my channel. I thank each and every one of you for being part of this journey that is my life. It's been a privilege to meet and connect with so many of you, whether that be online or actually doing YouTube meetups. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this. It's been a really wild ride. It really has, in more ways than one. So I'm just going to leave this here and I'm going to have a bit of dark chocolate and I'm going to watch what else but episode whatever of Boston Bloods, because I tell you what, I love Tom Selleck. So until next time, always remember, it really is a wheelie, good life.